driving around, hiking, running, swimming, surfing, doing all the same things, and then it hit me. It hurts a lot. It hurts a lot, and I need to do something about it. And so what I decided was that a professional has to be called in, because I can't work with this on my own. So I saw a professional. I made the call, scheduled an appointment, and went and saw the doctor. She looked at me and she said, "Are you icing? Are you taking ibuprofen?" And I said, "Yes, I am." She said, the brace is too small, put on a bigger brace. So she got me a bigger brace, and I went home and did everything she told me to do. And it felt a little bit better. Still giving me some pain, but I'm on mend, I'd say. Welcome to Pillow Talk. This is Season 3, Episode 1. And we're very excited to start with something that starts in the middle. That's what you just saw. Something that starts in the middle. I want everyone to think about what that means exactly, starting in the middle of something. You heard me start in the middle of a sentence, and you weren't sure what was going on, and slowly, bit by bit, you started to understand a broader picture, a bigger story, something that you may relate to, something you may not relate to, something that maybe hasn't happened before, but it's a story that you're starting to understand. And you realize that you missed a part of it, and you may not hear that part again, the beginning. You might not get it. Maybe you'll talk to some other people and say, what happened? What happened earlier, before the part that I came in? You're going to get hearsay, you're going to get second opinions. You're not going to know. Coming in the middle of something it's big. What happened before, the beginning, that's the past. What's going to happen is the future. The end of the story is kind of like the future. Coming in the middle, that's the present. That's where you are right now. That's the present. And I think the present moment brings me to the bedroom and the pillows. And of course, the co-host, Van.
Co-hosts.
And Pip.
Pip and Tam. Pip and Van.
And Van, I'm going to give you the camera so I
Okay.
can get comfortable.
Welcome back to Pillow Talk. So excited to be starting a brand new season. Before we get any further, I just do want to address the really monster zit on my cheek. It's quite a bit of a honker, if you know what I mean. It's a bit of a dream team. Just wanted to get that out of the way. Nothing really to say about it, other than it's there, it's proud, and it's there to stay for the time being. Speaking of pimples and zits, you know what? That's part of your body. And that's why this week we're going to be talking about bodies. This is the Body Talk episode.
Notice that my story that I told when we did the coming into the middle section, that was about a body part. My wrist.
Very important tie-in. Very important tie-in. Now, the reason, the meaning behind this is it all started because Tam and I recently went to the spa together, and
why did we go to the spa?
We went to the spa to start planning for this season of Pillow Talk, to get all the cobwebs off of our minds, to get sharp, razor focused like we are now.
And that's something that's different than usual, because as you know, there isn't pre-production before the show, except for the 10 minutes before. But we thought this season we want it to be extra special.
Extra special.
We want to make sure that we've honed in our craft, so we met a couple days ago at We Spa.
And we talked about what the episode is going to be, and we want to make sure it was all cohesive in a beautiful, artistic way. But also at the spa, for the first time in my entire life, since I've been born, I saw Tam's naked body. And he saw mine. And we also saw many other men's bodies, different types of penises,
Penises from small men, and very tall men. I'm talking about height here. And very, very fat men and very thin men. All different types of penises on different types of men.
Yeah, and just so you know, when I was stuttering, when I was saying penis, I'm not awkward around penis or to say penis. I just wasn't sure the plural penises or something like, it seems like it should be peni or something like that.
Penis, peni.
Penis.
Peanut.
It could be the same singular and plural, like fish could be both. Penis. I saw several penises. It's definitely penises. But anyway, Tam, I have a couple questions really quick about your experience when we got a little bit naked together. What was the most surprising thing to you about my body?
The most surprising thing to me about your body? I would say you have a bigger penis than I thought. Slightly bigger than I thought.
Slightly bigger.
Yeah.
I thought that you had much stronger legs and thighs. Upper thighs were incredibly strong, like a bison prancing through a field of corn or something, like just tearing through. Thighs were incredible. Very beautiful.
As you know, I've got that gene. 1 in 10 men have a gene where the muscles just look good on your body. They bunch up in a certain way. I've got that one. So
if you had seen the last episode of season 2, you got to see some ab pictures of Tam. That's just a little sneak peek. Now, I gotta say though that there were some people's bodies there that just knocked my socks off. Just really knocked my socks off.
in what way?
Well, it's kind of about the way they were holding themselves when they were prancing around, but I gotta say, I saw some butts that were just really fantastic butts. Really fantastic butts. Really great butts. Really big butts. Really hairy butts. Sure. Plumpy butts. It just made me appreciate butts in a way that I hadn't really ever. I think I've always thought they're funny, but now I think they're also very interesting. What are your main thoughts about butts?
I would say that a truly hairy butt is hard to find. You can't have hair around all different parts of the butt. The butt's a large area. It's a lot of skin. There's a lot of fat tissue in there. And some people you would think would have hairy butts because their shoulders and their backs are hairy and their chests are really hairy. But their butts aren't as hairy. There's not as much density of hair on the butts.
We might have to do a butts episode. I mean, it's an incredible issue that people are just starting to talk about, really.
And I think it's also cropped up in other corners of the internet and talk shows even. More people are talking about butts in a serious way that hasn't been really tried before because butts have been so taboo and objects of derision and lighthearted, jesting. There's definitely a lot more to butts than just jokes and haha, that's a butt.
I think we're beginning to realize that butts are very complex and have a lot of meaning. I want to ask Pip a little bit because Pip has a butt, and I want to ask Pip what he thinks. Pip, what's one thing that you like about? Okay, we're filming now. What's one thing you like about your butt?
Oh. But when you
that's really
shower.
That's weird.
But when Van does bathe you, Pip, what's your favorite part of the process? And okay.
Sorry, he wanted to whisper that last bit because it is a little intimate. Tam, if you could change one thing about your body, what would it be?
Very good question, Van. I would have to say that I would change the shape that my toenails grow out, because I'm always afraid to cut them too short, because they'll get ingrown. So they run long all the time, and sometimes I cut myself at night, sleeping, fidgeting with my feet.
That's so sad.
It's something that I've learned to work around with flannel sheets and extra pillows at the foot of my bed.
If you could change one thing about your body from the waist up, what would it be?
From the waist up. Very good question. That cuts to the heart of everyone's insecurity. Most people aren't worried about their toenails. They're worried about something deeper. And by deeper, I mean above the waist. Let's see. Let's pick something good. Let's see. I would make my ears a little bit floppier.
Floppier, like
Yeah.
Pip's ears.
Exactly.
Interesting.
I-
Very interesting.
I think that they have a good flop to them, but they could have a bit more flop. It's kind of an underappreciated look.
Are you flopping around outside, walking down the street? They're flopping around?
I'd like to, but I can't.
Well, we can't have everything we want.
But bodies.
As the song goes, bodies, bodies, bodies. Now, what other kinds of bodies are there? There are human bodies, like we're talking about. Dog bodies. Okay. There are also political bodies. And we want to take a little bit of your time to talk about politics, because listen, we get it. We're listening. We know that a lot of you don't watch any other programs. This is your only program that you watch. How are you going to stay informed?
And we have gotten some comments from people asking us to do current events.
Yeah, we get a lot of that. We get a lot, like, we get it, but why aren't you talking about current events? So right now, it's Super Tuesday, which is a politics thing, and we need to talk about politics. And Tam is our political guy, and so I'm going to ask him some questions about the race so far for presidency, and just to get you guys situated at the state of the race. So Tam, today was Super Tuesday. It sure seems like Hillary Clinton is going to be the Democratic nominee. It sure seems like Donald Trump is going to be the Republican nominee. What do you think of the other candidates' chances of taking any sort of real, making any sort of real threat to their presumptive candidacies?
Well, I would say that they're going to be hard pressed to take any ground on it, because Clinton and the Republican they run a strong game, and they've been hard hitting on a lot of topics that a lot of people want to get the vote from. They've made them happy. Their contingency is pretty satisfied with the way they're pushing their agenda, and yeah, I think it's going to be hard pressed to get any other serious competition out there.
Clearly you're following the race very closely. That was really good insight. I also was going to ask you specifically, I feel like people have been saying that Trump is a demagogue, and this new sort of maybe a realignment of the Republican Party is underway for the first time that any major political party has been majorly realigned, and since maybe the late 60s. When Southern Democrats started abandoning the Democratic Party. What do you think of that? Do you think that's just a media malarkey, or do you think we're witnessing a historical moment?
I certainly think it's historical, like you said. It hasn't happened since the 1960s that a political party has been so revamped. What it means is that Trump is he's someone who's very new. The political field hasn't seen someone like this cat in decades, since the 60s, like Van said. And I think that's going to continue, and we're going to have to deal with it, and the Republicans are going to have to deal with it, and we'll have to shake our hands and clap them together and make something happen.
One more question. What do you perceive as the major difference between Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, policy-wise?
Good question. I was thinking about this earlier this morning, and it's a tricky one, I would say.
Let's hear what you have to say, though.
It's a tricky one because
Let's just dig right into very, very specific differences that they might have in their policies.
I mean, you make it kind of easy because on the one hand, one has been playing the same cards so consistently for the last 6 months, and the other is doing the same thing but on a slightly different level, and he's talking with his enemy's friend's enemy, and that's very confusing to the contingency.
Now, which of the candidates is the candidate that you're talking about that's been sticking on the same plane?
Cruz.
Interesting.
The whole time.
Interesting. He's cruising.
He's been cruising on cruise control.
It's kind of like Tom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now that you're up to date on the race, let us know what else you want to hear about in terms of news and current events. We're always here for you, and Tam knows pretty much everything about what's going on in the world. Now, as we get close to wrapping this up, I just have one more question for Pip. Pip, feel free to not answer because it's confidential, but who are you planning on voting for?
Oh. And why? Well, damn, he just kind of summed up everything I just said all in one.
That's amazing. That's really, you should
Wow.
keep your day job.
Pip, little political pundit right here.
So check it out. Last season, one of our most popular, definitely our most popular season, by far our most critically acclaimed season. We ended with some rhymes. Now we're going to switch it up a little bit.
Van is going to do some very special accents.
Mm-hmm.
He's been working on them furiously in between the seasons. And he's
All
coming up with
day,
some-
every day accents.
They're pretty revolutionary.
And I don't know who he's going to tell me to do, because I do everybody.
I think we should stick with the political theme because politics is, as they say, in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with an accent of Obama.
Obama. Can you hold this?
Yeah.
I just need to get into character. Obama. Listen to me. Listen to the words that I'm saying to you tonight. I'm the president of this country. And you have to do, when I'm telling you to do these things, that's what I'm saying. God bless America.
Yes. Wow. Did you hear that? I feel like I'm sitting next to Obama
That
now.
was not an overdub.
I got nervous because I was lying down in the bed next to the president.
And we are working on getting him as a guest at some point. Do you have one more for me?
Yes. Marco Rubio.
Okay, a little out of practice. You guys, I'm here and I'm talking to you right now. And we need to make sure that we win this thing. And when I'm your president, nobody's going to get in the way. And you know, listen to me. Don't do the things that he's doing. God bless America.
Oh, you did it again. Rubio.
I was nervous when you said Rubio. It threw me off, but I'm glad I figured it out.
Listen to that.
So that's all we have for today. Tam, do you just want to have a couple little things to say to wrap up the season premiere?
Yes, absolutely. I first want to thank YouTube again for allowing us to return for a third season.
Incredible.
We didn't think we'd come this far, and we did, and we're going further. Absolutely. In the same vein as YouTube, I'd like to thank all the YouTube commenters from the last 2 seasons.
Incredible.
And I'm really hoping that you guys come through on season 3 Episode 1, comment, like, thumbs up, thumbs down. We like conversation, anything. Just throw it at us. Give us some feedback. Thank you again for all that.
And as always, sleep well.